Welcome back my YouTube channel. I am telling about for this coin, the 50 Dirham coin, 1393 to 1983, from the State of Qatar in detail, including its historical background, design, economic significance, and cultural context, while weaving in the broader history of Qatar's currency and economy. Below is a comprehensive 2,000-word essay that explains the coin and the history surrounding it. The 50 Dirham coin, 1393 to 1983, and the history of the State of Qatar. Introduction. The State of Qatar, a small but prosperous nation on the Arabian Peninsula, has undergone a remarkable transformation over the past century. Once a modest fishing and pearl diving community, Qatar is today one of the world's wealthiest countries, largely due to its vast reserves of natural gas and oil. The story of its currency, and in particular, the 50 Dirham coin issued in 1983, Islamic year 1393, reflects the broader narrative of Qatar's national identity, modernization, and economic growth. Coins serve as more than just instruments of trade. They are tangible representations of sovereignty, culture, and history. The 50 Dirham coin minted in 1983 commemorates not only the evolution of Qatar's monetary system but also its rapid development during a crucial period in the 20th century. This essay will explore the historical, economic, and cultural background of this coin, its design features, and its significance within the broader history of Qatar. 1. Historical background of Qatar's currency. 1.1 Pre-independence period. Before the discovery of oil and the rise of modern statehood, Qatar's economy was based on pearling, fishing, and small-scale trade. The people of Qatar used various currencies depending on regional trade networks and availability. In the early 20th century, the Indian rupee was the dominant currency used across the Arabian Gulf, including in Qatar, Bahrain, and the Trucial States, modern-day UAE. When India gained independence in 1947, the newly created Indian rupee remained widely used in the Gulf region. However, to manage the economic relationship between India and the Gulf, a special version of the rupee, called the Gulf rupee, was introduced in 1959. This currency was specifically issued for use in countries such as Qatar, Oman, Kuwait, and Bahrain. 1.2 The switch from the Gulf rupee to the Qatari rial. By the early 1960s, fluctuations in the value of the Indian rupee and India's economic challenges began to affect the Gulf economies. In 1966, India devalued the rupee, which had significant consequences for the Gulf states. Qatar, alongside Dubai, decided to introduce its own currency, the Qatar-Dubai rial, to protect its economy from the effects of India's monetary policies. The Qatar-Dubai rial was pegged to the British pound at a stable rate, ensuring economic stability. When Dubai joined the newly formed United Arab Emirates in 1971, Qatar continued to issue its own independent currency, the Qatari rial, QAR, which replaced the Qatar-Dubai rial at par value. The establishment of the Qatar Monetary Agency in 1973, later replaced by the Qatar Central Bank in 1993, marked a new era of financial independence for the country too. The 50 Dirham coin, 1393 to 1983. Context and origin. 2.1 The meaning of 1393, 1983. The 50 Dirham coin is marked with two dates, 1393 AH, after Hijra, and 1983 CE, Common Era. The Islamic year 1393 corresponds roughly to the period between 1973 and 1974 CE. However, the minting year on the coin, 1983 CE, suggests that the Islamic date likely commemorates an event or marks an anniversary related to Qatar's monetary or national history. It's important to note that Qatar often uses dual dating, Hijri and Gregorian calendars, on its currency to reflect both its Islamic heritage and modern statehood. The inclusion of the Hijri date underscores the country's deep connection to Islamic tradition, while the Gregorian date situates the coin within the context of modern global finance. 2.2 Introduction of the Dirham subunit. The Qatari rial is subdivided into 100 dirhams, similar to how a dollar is divided into cents. The dirham denominations, 1, 5, 10, 25, and 50, were introduced in both coin and paper form to facilitate smaller transactions in daily life. The 50 Dirham coin represents half of 1 rial, and in 1983 it held notable purchasing power, equivalent to several US cents. which could buy small goods or services in local markets. Point 3. Design and physical characteristics of the 50 dirham coin. 3.1 Material and dimensions. The 50 dirham coin of 1983 was typically made of copper nickel, a durable alloy consisting of copper and nickel. This material was commonly used for circulation coins due to its resistance to corrosion and its bright, silvery appearance. Composition. Copper-nickel weight. Approximately 6 to 8 grams diameter. Around 24 to 26 mm edge, often reeded, grooved, to prevent counterfeiting and ensure authenticity. These specifications aligned with international minting standards at the time, demonstrating Qatar's commitment to producing coins that were durable, recognizable, and convenient for daily use. Point 3.2 Obverse. Front. Design. The obverse of the coin features the emblem of the State of Qatar, which was adopted in 1976. The emblem includes 2 crossed white bent swords, symbolizing defense and strength, a traditional dhow, sailing ship, representing Qatar's maritime heritage and its history of pearl diving and seafaring. A palm tree, symbolizing prosperity and the natural beauty of the Arabian Peninsula. The Arabic inscription, State Qatar, meaning State of Qatar. This design embodies the essence of Qatari identity, a blend of tradition, resilience, and progress. Point 3.3 Reverse. Back. Design. The reverse side of the coin usually displays the denomination in both Arabic and English. Arabic numerals. 50 dirhams, English inscription, 50 dirhams. Below the denomination, the dual dates, 1393 to 1983, are inscribed, linking the coin to both Islamic and Gregorian calendars. The simplicity of the design reflects the modern minimalist aesthetic of Qatari coins, emphasizing clarity and national symbolism over ornate decoration. 4. Economic context of Qatar in 19,834.1. The oil and gas revolution. By 1983, Qatar had already transitioned from a modest economy reliant on pearling to one of the world's emerging petroleum powers. The discovery of oil in the 1940s and the start of commercial production in the 1950s revolutionized Qatar's economy. The Qatar Petroleum Company, established in the mid-20th century, played a crucial role in harnessing the nation's hydrocarbon wealth. During the 1970s and 1980s, Qatar began investing heavily in infrastructure, education, and healthcare, laying the foundation for its later economic diversification. The minting of the 50 dirham coin in 1983 occurred during this era of rapid modernization, symbolizing the country's growing financial confidence. 4.2 Inflation and currency stability. The 1970s oil boom led to rapid economic growth across the Gulf region, but it also brought inflationary pressures. To manage its economy effectively, Qatar pegged its currency to the special drawing rights, SDR, and later to the US dollar, ensuring stability and predictability for international trade. The issuance of new coins like the 50 dirham was part of broader efforts to modernize Qatar's monetary system, enhance convenience in transactions, and reinforce the Qatari rial as a stable and trusted national currency. 5. Symbolism and cultural significance. 5.1 Coins as national identity. Every nation's coinage serves as a miniature ambassador of its identity. In Qatar's case, the 50 dirham coin embodies the values and symbols central to its national story. The dhow evokes centuries of seafaring tradition, the palm tree signifies endurance in harsh desert environments, and the swords highlight the strength and independence of the Qatari people. The inclusion of Arabic script and Islamic calendar dating further reinforced the country's deep cultural and religious heritage. Even as Qatar rapidly modernized in the late 20th century, its currency continued to pay homage to its historical and spiritual roots. 5.2 Collectibility and numismatic value. While the 1983 50 dirham coin was initially a common circulation coin, it has since become a numismatic collectible. Coins from this period are sought after by collectors due to their historical significance and limited minting years. Depending on condition, rarity, and minting variations, these coins can hold value beyond their face amount. Collectors appreciate the 50 dirham coin not only as a piece of metal but as a tangible artifact representing a crucial era in Qatar's development. 6. Broader historical developments, 1970s, 1980s. The 2 decades surrounding 1983 were transformative for Qatar. 1971, independence from Britain. Qatar declared full independence from British protection on September 3, 1971, becoming a fully sovereign state. 1972. Leadership of Sheikh Khalifa bin Hamad Al Thani. Under Sheikh Khalifa's leadership, Qatar underwent major administrative and economic reforms, laying the groundwork for modernization. 1974. Nationalization of oil. Qatar took full control of its oil resources, strengthening national revenues and sovereignty. 1976. Adoption of the national emblem. The new emblem, later used on coins and official documents, symbolized the modern Qatari state. 1980s. Expansion of infrastructure. Roads, hospitals, and educational institutions expanded rapidly, supported by oil wealth. The 1983 coinage reflected this newfound prosperity and stability. 7. The transition from coin to digital currency. In the decades following 1983, Qatar's economy continued to grow, eventually becoming one of the most advanced in the Middle East. The rise of digital banking, electronic payments, and mobile financial services has reduced the use of physical coins, but they remain an enduring part of national heritage. Today, the Qatar Central Bank still issues coins in denominations from 1 to 50 dirhams, though they are rarely used due to inflation and the convenience of electronic payments. Nevertheless, older coins like the 1983 50 dirham serve as historical markers of Qatar's journey from a developing nation to a global economic leader. 8. The 50 dirham coin in the context of global numismatics. 8.1 Comparison with other Gulf states. The Gulf Cooperation Council, GCC countries Bahrain, Kuwait, Oman, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and Qatar all issue currencies with similar subdivisions, usually 100 fils or dirhams per dinar or rial. However, Qatar's coinage stands out for its aesthetic simplicity and consistent use of national symbols. In contrast, countries like the UAE feature diverse cultural motifs and wildlife on their coins. Qatar's focus on maritime and national emblems demonstrates a consistent narrative of identity and unity. 8.2 International recognition. The stability of the Qatari rial, backed by Qatar's enormous energy exports and sovereign wealth, has made its coins and banknotes internationally recognized. The 1983 50 dirham coin, though small in value, represents a piece of that stability and confidence on the global stage. 9. Preservation and legacy. 9.1 Museums and collections. Examples of the 50 dirham coin from 1983 can be found in numismatic collections, private holdings, and national museums. The Qatar National Museum, for instance, showcases historical artifacts that tell the story of the nation's evolution, including its coinage. These coins help historians trace the development of Qatar's economy and provide insight into the aesthetic choices that reflect national pride and identity. 9.2 Educational value. Studying the 50 dirham coin offers lessons in economics, design, and history. It helps younger generations appreciate the nation's rapid progress and the importance of maintaining cultural roots amid modernization. The 50 dirham coin, 1393 to 1983, is far more than a small piece of metal. It is a symbol of Qatar's journey from a humble desert community to a prosperous, independent state. Through its elegant design, dual dating, and national symbols, the coin encapsulates the spirit of resilience, heritage, and ambition that defines the state of Qatar. In 1983, as Qatar stood at the crossroads between tradition and modernity, this coin represented stability, identity, and progress. Today, it remains a tangible reminder of the nation's proud history, a bridge between past and present, linking the early days of independence with the global influence Qatar enjoys in the 21st century.